Acclaimed chef Jason Atherton has restaurants the world over, but he got his start close to home. Born in England, he started cooking at the age of 12 in the Seaside hotel run by his family. At 16, he ran away to London and got a job at a Michelin-starred restaurant, all while living in a youth hostel.
After years working under prominent chefs, he began building his own global restaurant empire, first in London and later in Hong Kong, Shanghai, Sydney, and Dubai. 2 years ago, he came across the pond and made a huge splash. His first American restaurant, the Clocktower, was an instant hit and a must-visit venue on the New York dining scene. Chef Jason Atherton, welcome to the dish.
Welcome,
Thank you
Chef.
for having me.
And what a great-looking table this is. Tell us what we got here.
Well, we got some of my favorites. So I've got barbecue baked beans, Brooklyn burrata, tomato salad with some fresh olives, a lovely New York strip.
That's beautiful.
And plenty of them.
Yes.
So I hope you're hungry. Nice light mixed salad. And then we've got some heritage carrots just roasted in the beef fat. And then sticky toffee pudding
My
to
favorite.
finish. And then duck fat triple cooked chips.
Amazing. And what's our cocktail here?
Deal or no deal?
Deal or no deal?
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah. So this is our famous cocktail. It's gone down a storm here at the Clocktower. We can't take it off the menu because everyone goes nuts.
Really?
It's a big success in London.
Tell us
so,
quickly
yeah.
what's in it.
So it's got gin, London
Yep.
gin, and it's got Saint-Germain, which is like a elderflower liqueur, and then fresh cucumber, steeped, and then some fresh dill.
Goes down very nicely in the morning, I must say.
Good.
When you think about your career in food, it's sort of in your blood to a certain degree, right?
Yep.
Your family was in the industry.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience growing up in that
Yeah.
environment.
Well, I mean, they weren't quite Michelin-starred or anything like that, but it was a tiny little seaside town called Skegness in Lincolnshire on the east coast. Very popular in the 70s when I was growing up for holidaymakers, and they had a tiny little guest house where you would have bed and breakfast, and you would just come and stay for the weekend or
Very
whatever it was.
English.
Very English, yeah. And then you would have high tea and you'd have breakfast, and that would be it. And then you'd be on your way. And so Mum would make everything fresh, and me and my sister would have to help after school and before school and lay the tables, clear, wash up, that type of stuff. So hospitality was always in our blood, you know.
So how did Mom feel when you ran away, basically, at 16?
She was mortified.
She was mortified.
Now I've got an 11-year-old daughter. I actually
You get it.
Man, I get it. And she's like 5 years away from running away from home. I'd have like the police hunting her down, you know. But I was so desperate to become a great chef, and I knew being in the North of England there was no great restaurants back then.
Yeah.
So I had to get to London, you know. I had to at all costs. So Mum and Dad went to Spain in the winter break.
Yeah.
So sister was supposed to be looking after me, and I just said, look, I'm out of here. And
Wow.
I got on a bus
hightailed it out.
and got a.
You mentioned Spain. You studied with some of the greats, Ferran Adria, Gordon Ramsay. What did you learn from them?
Well, I was very lucky to be by Gordon's side for 11 years when he was on his meteoric claim to fame, if you like, and when he first won 3 Michelin stars and went on to be the huge success story he is in America today. And then with Ferran Adria, I learnt it was about creativity. I still believe today he's the most creative chef who's ever lived, and I think it will be for some time because he doesn't think about food like we think about food.
Yeah.
It's completely different, It was like insane to spend 18 months in that kitchen down in Rossas when it was at its peak,
How do you run 17 restaurants around the world?
I don't. I'm very lucky. We have a head office in Soho, in central London, what my wife runs with a huge team of people from accounts to all that type of stuff. And then the way I do it is quite simple. Each restaurant I open, I have a chef business partner.
Yep.
So it's normally one of my second in commands. I make him a partner, me and my wife, give him a share of the business. He then runs it as his own.
Right.
We help him manage it.
The secret to the success is what?
Do you know what? Seriously, hard work, dedication, be true to your customers, make sure that everybody who walks through that door is treated like a king. And if you really care and are passionate about what you do and don't do it for like money or fame or anything like that, people get it, and they just come to your restaurant because they, it's like I was just cooking at Clocktower the other night and some guests asked if I'd come up and speak to them and they were like, you know what, you're doing such a great job here and we love your restaurant.
Well, and that's so great that you're still in the kitchen in some of these restaurants,
All
right?
time.
That's an unusual thing for some chefs.
Lunch and dinner.
Chef, as I ask you to sign this dish, part of the ritual here on the dish, I'll ask you the question we ask all visiting chefs, which is, if you could share this meal with any person, past or present, who would it be?
Oh, I mean, I'm so fortunate to have a very supportive wife. I don't see my children as much as I'd like to, so I know it's a little bit cliche, but I'd have to spend it with my wife and my 2 beautiful children who I miss dearly when I'm traveling and stuff. So that would be it.
Well, you're going to get points for that,
I was
too.
going to say, maybe a cliche, but it's a smart answer.
Yes, very smart. Chef Jason Atherton, thank you.